So we should be focused as a people, and I'm so happy the government is working, the president is working, ministers are working, and then there are no distractions. And I understand their frustration. The NPP, they are frustrated. They don't know what to do. They are hurt. They feel say the power. When you get out of the line, it is part of Ghana's constitution. Into these things, let's just see them as NPP frustration. Nobody should pay attention to these kind of things. No. Let's talk about today's issues. Very, very important. And
whenever I say PENDREAM TV, PENDREAM TV, there, I see them, yupo.
The Ghana Bar Association. We are still waiting for their statement on Afenyomakino. Statement by, this is Jogate's wife. Onene, the president of the Ghana Bar Association. And we're asking, so right now, is the Ghana Bar Association going to release a statement on Afenyomakin's? This is the same Afenyomakina. Oba, the General Legal Counsel and the Kufuado, they made him leave. Afenyomakin Kofa thugs in the name of national security, going after young children. 2-4 years. Afenyomakin. We all heard Afenyomakin what he said about judges in Ghana. But because this woman is an NPP card-bearing member like myself, she is not able to lead the Ghana Bar Association to say things, to let Ghanaians know Afenyomakin is he even needs to be disbarred. So we are asking, when is the Ghana Bar Association going to call the press, release a statement, and let us know their stand on Afenyomakin's statement? Dear way, and Mumubi, Monete Ghana had that for your lawyers, Jogate wife in ye. On the leading the Ghana Bar Association. And I would like to tell this government and Ghanaians, the Ghana Bar Association, we need to nullify. I will see a guno. With all due respect, it's a waste of everybody's time. You see, when you look at it critically, it's a cluster of criminal lawyers, some criminal lawyers who have hijacked a legal education in Accra. And that is the Ghana Bar Association. There are a lot of some criminal lawyers in that Ghana Bar Association. The Ghana politics. And majority of them are MPP sympathizers, MPP buttlickers, who at the end of the day, so what is stopping the Ghana Bar Association to release a statement? You know what they want to do? They want the matter to die by itself. They want us to forget, but we will never forget, because when we have a group of criminals like you posing as lawyers and joining us just a mere association, for years, you people have used this association, monopolized the system, lied to Ghanaians, and defended political criminals like Ekufuado and Bawumia. And now we are telling you to be the association we have been calling you, the Ghana Bar Association, some more credibility. And you see, today they can't do it because this woman's husband is an MPP man. He was a minister in the Ekufuado. He was an attorney general in the Ekufuado. Jogate ne jeli ayeta chuchikata. Ni girinye. Enkwasi aseme ko so Ghana no no. Oti amo esu muade, oti amo esi edi atam na mpanifo omo jimi a omo chichire man say man no. Aide na etena ama omo koso say man no. Oh, Andrea de na ye. Today dear Dabi, we want to ask, and we are asking the Ghana Bar Association, what is your take on Afenyomakin, his actions near to Crim and Afenyomakin? Ekobo police ni asum. Afenyomakin slapped a uniformed police officer in Ghana. He is the minority leader. Anka that day, Nanka also free parliament, but we saw people in Ghana defend this fool's actions. But Anka Simesibi, Oyeni Babi, Nipebi on street, so I'm from the ordinary Ghanaian and Kabo police, Nikra, Echi, Eka said, Chonwa, MPP for Kamachinatum, and Kamudimu Jimmy, and I'm Ghana. Street is so air demonstration. This stupid fool, a friend of Afenyomakin, Onimunyansa, a lawyer who has no ethics. A stupid, ignorant fool who is leading a group of piglets in parliament, calling themselves minority. None of these fools in parliament could speak against Afenyomakin's action. But Sankwasiafo from MPP minority, no, every single person has a police officer with him. Kwasiafo, no respect for the security agencies, no respect for the Ghana Police Service. And the Ghana Bar Association is scared to speak on Afenyomakin because Afenyomakin is as corrupt as these foolish people calling themselves the leadership of the Ghana Bar Association. How can we allow such an association to exist and handle our legal issues and say they are the knowledge when it comes to legal education? Who are these people? They need to speak. The Ghana Bar Association, they need to speak. Afenyomakin Jimmy way going around threatening people. Afenyomakin Kwasi Ampenyi way on Ghana no Jimmy no. Nobody in the NPP is able to speak to this fool because NPP in Chamwa, a Jimmy for no principle. Yeah, Chama Kevin Taylor Becca Saniasi Kevin Taylor Diatem, after your work in Kwasia, we have police in Yasum, Ghana. Ghana ni penny be any NPP move from Nkwara to Penny4 was able to say, after your marking, this is wrong. You don't even need to lead us. But Jimmy to he wants to lead Ghana. Now, you as a flag bearer, your minority leader is slapping police officers in Ghana. Now, you're to me and obey. And you, Baumia, you have been the chairman of the police council before. You have been a vice president before. Today, you want to lead Ghana. Your minority leader who is leading your campaign foolishly slapped the police officer, attacked a police officer. In fact, assaulted a police officer. We have documents from the CID office, from the Attorney General's office. We read the document. This fool is leading the MPP. Now, Adiachia Yemebumo and Moa. Kwasiafo, more intellectual analysis. The so-called intellectuals are the most stupid people in the MPP. The action is clear. We need to be straightforward when people go against the law. And they are two straight. Only the only mame. Now Afenyo marking, only mame. Why can't we the law deal with Afenyo marking? That is why these fools calling themselves the Ghana Bar Association cannot speak because they are corrupt. They are criminals. They are in the same job with Afenyo marking. Afenyo marking is a lawyer in Ghana. Why should he still be having his license? Why should any Ghanaian be addressing Afenyo marking as a lawyer? Then Afenyo marking to me ko jina court impoka se o jina judge anim kwasia sa no into the constitution. No, how are we protecting this fool? Is a lawmaker. Sanka Salaka on the cars has na Minister Salaka do nentwie or Johnson is nentwie into I will not worry. Afenyo marking is a lawmaker and a member of parliament. Kwasia we na Ghana na mo MPP for so so. Adan ya yenja to me mam what is mo. Ade ya tiama na mubu ofu kwasi afo na say Ghana eye ebusuan bi dia anam say Ghana eye akonwa ayedi anam say eye ebusuan akonwa na ya henie Ghana eye constitution ebo Ghana ho ban emmoa speak and let's make sure Afenyo marking as a lawyer he's disbarred as a lawyer kwasi ya. These are the foolish people. You see, koto the budget. Hey, where the yanka, where mama yanka, where the yanka, where mama yanka. We are talking about the Ghana Bar Association. Why haven't they released a statement? Motiti Ghana na nkwasi asem koto de ne bodwe de bia yenka ba kwasem me yenka ba kwasem e NPP dia yenjai e NDC dia hey the whole Ghana me say mo agimi ntina me di mu atemu NPP for and I will never stop because you see I have seen it say sanka mo besesa anka start di mu atem ka matesa so mo ne emmoa jeans na e pe. So there's no way anybody can change an MPP person, somebody who speaks for the MPP, somebody who's an MPP member. Me, na me ka MPP, who I'm down MPP, but me who nyansa na match me ho, and I'm saying how can you come and talk to us about morality in parliament as a politician who is an MPP card bearer member? How can you talk to me about morality? Because you are in parliament, a constitution in the who acquires a parliament. Now somebody has abused the constitution as a lawmaker. Now do any more parliamentary. You all look like animals. My Jimmy, nobody is man enough. Nobody is woman enough with balls to say Afenyo marking you a fool. What you did, attacking a police officer, assaulting a police officer, is never supposed to be encouraged. But you have left this matter and you are thinking about what? If you are asking the Ghana Bar Association, it's a simple question. We are asking a simple question. The guy insulted a judge. He stood on national television. He's a lawmaker. And the small boy for university, JSS, SS, now on social media, no OD judge at Tema. What will you people say? And then I'm over. Oh, the young people don't respect. Oh, She, oh, Yeniba, oh, Jimmy. But a fool like Afenyo marking stood on national television. It denigrated a lawyer, a judge, the judiciary. And you people sit there, you call yourself lawyers. What kind of chicken lawyers are you guys? You are chipmunks. You guys are not intelligent enough to even stand before any judge and say that we are lawyers and that we want to defend the client. You are foolish. We want people to speak. Speak on the issues.
That judge has no respect for his own judicial oath. I don't think he read the law. That circuit court 9 judge, I have no respect for him. For a judge to say that he's remanding Abronye into BNI custody until the case is finally determined. Such a judge can never have my respect. I pray that he summons me for contempt. I will continue to disrespect him until he upholds the law. He's gone beyond his judicial function. And it is not his first. It's as if he has been selected purposely to achieve this. He doesn't talk law. I don't know whether he ever passed his law exam. It's a shame. It's a shame on the judiciary. And my Lord Bafuboni must pay attention to this. For whatever it is, it's about his legacy. I'm told by December he will be 70 and he will be gone. Is that a legacy he wants to leave? After Tokonu was booted out of office and all manner of accusation leveled against Tokonu, is that the judiciary? The judiciary, they said they were going to reset.
This whole press conference was about Tokonu. It wasn't about whatever happened. He wanted a day to speak for his girlfriend Tokonu. That is all. Kwasia, the judge has forgotten his judicial functions. Haven't you forgotten about legislative functions? What does the law say? What does the book say? What does the constitution say? What does it expect of a lawmaker? What does it expect of a lawyer? Kwasia, you are saying somebody has forgotten about his judicial functions. What about you? What about you, fool? Now we are a taxi driver. You are a lawmaker. What is expected of a lawmaker when he's addressing the third arm of government? Stupid people. And we sit in Ghana, Kevin Taylor, small boy, Jimmy Niwen, who fee. And we entertain these things until at a point, who is supposed to correct who? Why not also correcting why? So are we going to sit and allow this Ghana Bar Association to protect Afenyomakin, a criminal like that? Because to me, I see him as a criminal because when you speak against the constitution like this, when you're a lawmaker in parliament, because the law that guides your job, it does not give you the room to do these kind of things. You then become a criminal against the constitution. So why are you people not talking about this guy? Why are you people not issuing a statement that this foolish Afenyomakin should be disbarred as a lawyer in Ghana? We sit here every day, it should be against NDC. Every day it should be against NDC. Because Ekufuado, ne Jimmy is attacking out to one Muntumin Tunifono. And all the trainees are Kwasiafo Yabedu Hande. No certificate president Ekufuado. And all the trainees are Bozegin on an Amhono. Saba Umiano and Anam Hor of Rofono. Saba Umiano and Anam Hor of Rofono. Sam Kwasiadu and Amdia Shady Trim. International and say, Obetume Chatro, no Abedi president. Foolish people. Now, I saw this today and I think we need to speak on this. Ghana will share spoils 2-2 with England on the 23rd of June in their clash at the 2026 World Cup, FIFA World Cup. The UK, High Commissioner of Ghana, only the Unimpa say Ghana ne UK England the ball. 26th of June now, Obiabeshe 2-2. Aqua on problem. Aqua we on problem. Baby, I didn't answer her. On person of a cancer, me and one bet children, my bet tatano. It was so already 2-2. And they are far. What is a brother with Jimmy? Or to assess so into him the orca on problem be nine and Ghana will lose to UK England 3-0 for that be on problem. It was so or body safe or play the safe. Ghana and England about 2-2. Yeah, Kobo World Cup was about 2-2. Bottom 2-2 say. Kasi Beshamu and also Beshaye, and then Obejan 2-2. One negotiate 2 goals. Saba Power on Kanukre. Yeah, we need to be very serious with these people. Be a man enough as a high commissioner and tell us. Don't come and talk 2-2, 3-3 matter here. This is the World Cup. This is not Chaskele. So you people close to the UK ambassador, tell him that I said that he should be a man enough. He should have balls. What kind of comedy is this? Are you going to win or not? What is this? Ghana will win 2, England will win 2. We want to play 2-2. Do you think we are playing Chaskele or we are playing 4 poles? We are playing World Cup. Somebody for win and win convincingly. What is this 2-2 nonsense? Man, tell us something different. Akwa wonya bema oye hufo pa. Oye hufo pa. Say I yabebo 2-2 say. You don't impress you. And I want to say this. And I want to send this message to the new coach of the Black Stars. Yeah? Sir, over the weekend, sir, game na share between Black Stars and Mexico. No? With all due respect, if this GFA, any coach way, if they fail to add Dede Ayew to the squad, we will not forgive them. That set we saw play Mexico. None of those players is better than Dede Ayew. I am telling you, experience-wise, exposure-wise, and yet, Bibia in soccer, none of the players who went to play Mexico, Bakumponiwa, or what experience and now you better chain Dede Ayew. And I'm selling this word into Ketokreku because I know there are some people who are at the GFA right now doing everything possible out of hatred for Dede Ayew. They don't want Dede Ayew to go. The fiesta, the World Cup, it is not just about standing on the pitch and playing. A lot of things come together to play the World Cup. It is not you. You can have the best team, but so many things come together for the World Cup. A business, a business, and a FIFA, and let me tell you, so players who be a pitch. This why I am telling you. You see, sometimes the presence of some players, it to be share referee so. Sometimes the kind of players in your team, sometimes we be the player Cracker World Cup, not player or bench, but just the presence of that player at the bench, and the officials of the game, they understand that this is not a team to just run over. Some boys number ball, Black Star in Mexico, maybe the striker Afenjano said who something. He was not getting what he needed. Nobody was supplying the guy anything. He was running up and down. But to me, about 99% of boys from Mexico Ecobo Bodo, Nina a chaff, waste of time, unnecessary. See the way they made our goalkeeper struggle. See the kind of unnecessary pressure they were putting on Asari in the goalpost. Boy, any second keeper, near for City keeper so on. Asari has been with the Black Stars all these years. There are so many times defenders man the ball. Because those defenders know what they are doing, Asari is able to make sure say ball no or they call the right place. Because these people back there, there was no defender back there. They were under pressure even than the goalkeeper. See what they did to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper did a lot of kicks that even players in the midfield. That is not a team. See the way they made goalkeepers struggle in the game. And I want to say this. Nobody, and this new coach, I know they are giving you a tough time. And let me tell you, Mr. Coach, we, Ghana, we don't play without soccer. And you know you have enough experience to understand this. Our soccer comes next to our politics. So if you're going to think or you're going to follow this Ketokreku and his group to manufacture some names for you because most of them at the GFA are agents, then you are not going to have a good time with us Ghanaians. Dede Ayew needs to be part of the Black Stars team. And nobody, I'm still waiting for one person to come on TV, on radio, and say they have a reason why Dede Ayew should not be part of the team. What is the reason? We all know Otuado was a waste of time. Otuado wasn't man enough. He had no tactics beneath his sleeves. Otuado was just a training coach. He had no experience in managing the Black Stars. But today, if you tell us that you are one of the most experienced coaches on this planet, then you should understand that Dede Ayew should be part of this team. Me try mo bia beka chem say Dede Ayew fit team we minim baby Dede Ayew fit o team we mu. Because the team you are taking to the World Cup, player ben there most experienced player also unya no team. We have Partey, we have Jordan, we have who again? Partey, with all due respect, we all know what the Partey is going through. I'm even surprised he still has that mind, that psychological strength to be playing now. We Jordan Ayew, why be in our team? Experienced player ben and as a player ben referee ben one and say crowd ben one say we mu na ye kai omo. Dede Ayew is a World Cup winner, and recently Dede Ayew played. We saw his effectiveness in the team he just played. He is better than 90% of the players you called recently. Dede Ayew is better than 90% of these players you called. And I know Ketokreku, the GFA criminals are trying to bring in their stupid boys from some places we don't know to come and play the Black Stars. Now I'm frustrated in Ipakwa. I can buy a $2,000 ticket for myself and my family and then go watch this crap at the World Cup. So it's very important that you, the coach, you add Dede Ayew to your squad, because until somebody tells me that players from more Black Star camp, they are all better than Dede Ayew, I just want somebody to explain to me. Player Ben or Black Star comes to see to be in a way. Yet to me for the day you enter to know me one player. Player Ben. Some of the players are they are not even fully fit. So what do you expect? You need experienced players. Go to Brazil. Your colleague had to add Neymar. Do you think Neymar is on his at his peak now? Neymar is going to the World Cup because he draws business, he draws attention, he puts pressure on officials. Neymar's inclusion is not because he's an exceptional player. Neymar, but they need him in there. They need him in there to suppress teams. This is the World Cup. This is the Mundial. This is business. This is commerce. It is what you bring to the table that allow you to move forward. You need to understand the business part of the World Cup. Ghana na nkwasiasam mujijiska na makofa intwomwo boys bi boys omo tumi ponjina ball so ayarefo boys bi na omo be bon kwasiasam na obi hihye tie na you keto kreku your friend saying sa your chief of staff sa kwa na child trafficking dan so na ono no ntumi kwa abrochi na nsia na otumi kwa abrochi sa kwa kakrakara odi wechiri kwasiam panyi no sa nkwasiade na modede ti GFA we will blow it up. We are going if people don't sit up me maka until somebody tells me that there's a player in the Black Stars camp or you're better than Dedayo. You need to explain to Ghana and you the coach, you need to explain to us. If this team, your list comes out without Dedayo, then that is the end of you with us as Ghanaians. And I'm talking, that's the end of you as a coach because we have to find every means to sack you. Then it means you don't even know what you're doing. None of these players, in fact, I'm not even going to talk about these players that played Mexicans. I'm talking about the regular Black Stars team. Who in the regular Black Stars team, and they better right now as we speak. Your players are more Black Stars who bear 2 years. Club crampono games that Dedayo born recently, the whole season. Dedayo went to play recently, and games that Dedayo boy, your players are more Black Stars almost 2 years. Almost 4 games for their team in a season. But all these people are being called to the Black Stars. So what is this hatred towards Dedayo? What is this hatred? I just said, Mashada and a Nipego Black Star wa. Oma Imagine say they are going to do everything possible not to allow Dedayo to be part of the set. What kind of nonsense is this? Player Ben or Black Star or change Dedayo. Player Ben or Black Star or change Dedayo. I'm asking you, the coach. If you are going to allow these criminals at the Ghana Football Association to manipulate the list, to manipulate you, then you don't have any life with us. I'm telling you, you're not going to last for even 6 months. We are going to sack you and we decide who plays for us, not some fools at the GFA. We decide, we the people. We the people decide, not that criminal GFA boss, not that his chief of staff, that criminal Bofrot, that child trafficker who was banned from going to Europe and America. We are not going to allow this nonsense to happen again. We have soaked the nonsense for too long. Otuadobaye, the reason why he the reasons he gave so ultimately for the day Ayonka Black Star. We could not qualify for the Nations Cup because of Otuado's sluggish attitude. Onya Bema enough. He's not a man enough. Otuado Ayen was Akwara 12 years. And Ankwasiafo decided, man, we ask him, what is your reason for not calling the day? I can't be in you Otuado. When you used to play Black Stars, be binting on your Black Stars, little boy. And I want to talk to the Black Stars coach. When you go to Germany, they are taking Manuel Neuer. There's a reason for it. Not because their current goalkeeper in their national team isn't doing well. They need names. They need players who will bring experience on board, players who can sell their team. Let me tell you, you know it already. This World Cup thing we are looking at, it's all about business. FIFA needs to make money. FIFA needs to make sure teams that have the quality and the names are the people who are left in the tournament. You are not taking the DIO. Who are you taking again? Who has name in your team? Who is a world star in your team? Who is a player that people know? This guy consistently has played the World Cup. He has lifted the World Cup. He has played the Nations Cup. He has done everything in soccer. This guy is still fit and solid. He has better form than lots and lots of these young boys you called. What kind of nonsense is this? And we are all quiet in Ghana. And I'm so nobody is speaking because I'm not for genuinely you because of your tenning. Nyankopon and about the ayo. Nyankopon about Jordan ayo. They did not choose who to be their father. And Nyankopon they are bedi mo papa. Why? Is it a mistake to be Abedi's son? Is it a mistake for Dede Ayo to see Abedi as his father? Mistake better oye. Mistake better Jordan Ayo Dede Ayo omaye. They were born by Abedi. And Abedi is a good player. And Jeans be on him. What is this hatred about? What is this nonsense about in Ghana? We are sitting here for these criminals to manipulate the list again. The game we saw, na me tia na me hwe again say ye Jimmy ana. Ye Jimmy ana. I was watching even the game they played with Mexico. If you had put Dede Ayew on the bench for him to come in maybe the 70th minute, referee no James Kobe say, hey, this is Dede Ayew. That is how soccer is. And then you say the Portuguese and the Argentines are still trying to push Messi to the World Cup. You think it's a joke? Messi can be walking on the pitch for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, not tackling one player. But the referee is always looking. If Messi is tackled in the box, he's going to give the penalty. That is the business part of the game. So we are not going to sit there for these criminals, these crooks. And you fool them go GFO, they decide for we Ghanaians. We want the Ayew in the Black Stars camp. We want the Ayew. And you fool them team of Ghana. And I'm sorry, in Korabiam Gugu, Comoros, Cyprus, useless boys to be. But and time be on mobile near to Hoshe. But and time be near she. The current Black Stars team, what an experienced player. You Jordan Ayew from, you Partey from. Who else? I'm asking. You Jordan Ayew, you Partey. Why in our Black Stars team? Your name say where the household name? Why be him? Kudu Sanya Nanzian over. Why be him our Black Star? Yeah, the Omoko worker because where the household name? Referee will see and just give a fist palm and say, "You, I know you." An official will see and say, "Oh, please, I know. I'll talk to you." Player Ben BM. Who are just two players with experience. Two players with experience. Dede Ayew effective or what ball league. Abo more matches the champ kwasi afo bebre. Also for Dede Ayew. Ede bi na mope. Ade Dede Ayew boni be no ayemo. Dede Ayew no boni be no ayemo. And I expect the former Black Star players to speak on this matter. My own uncle Augustin Shàmeful, Stephen Tornado appear. I'm talking about the own Africa's number one, Asamoah. You players are supposed to speak because what is happening is terrible. Sometimes we put our differences aside and speak the truth. Dede Ayew is better than most of these players going to the World Cup. He needs to be in there. Nobody says that Dede Ayew Black Star, you're the captain, on-pair captain. He has been captain of one left World Cup. He does not need your captain's band, but he needs to be in there to make sure he ensures discipline. For people to see Ghana is a team with some quality, some experience, some players that we know. You are going to the World Cup without no player. Obia Nimno, Obia. There at the time I'm wearing Sano. At the time, what kind of nonsense is this? Jack, why am I about that?
Kevin Taylor, why anybody say Obiana? Why anybody say Obi?
Kevin Taylor, for you to mention Kevin Taylor, it's clearly so to say you have failed in attempt to spoil the mind of Ghanaians.
The president cannot cultivate multiple Kevin Taylors.
Kevin Taylor was insulting him.
The same government that birthed the dreaded Kevin Taylor, who has slaughtered every person in this country on the altar of his show.
Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere.
Oh, Kevin Taylor. Oh, no. Kevin Taylor, who Monica, Kevin Taylor, one near Piazza. Of our party say, of my lady say, the same on the process.
Nadia Kevin Taylor, and intend this phone here.
Kevin Taylor,
The day they said Kevin Taylor expires from the surface of the earth. So it's there until he asks for the period that Kevin Taylor is alive. This arrest warrant is there.
Exists. This boy Kevin Taylor is there to attack the present government and to make Mama look good. Or your role model.
Kevin Taylor, me say, oh, Casadiama John Damani Mahamano. On Tikrum how? Or to America.
Per se, me who Kevin Taylor, ma'am. Me say, Yaune woman mono, the bonnet, dear.
And you are Kevin Taylor.
They say, oh, Nason, you're useless. And I've always said, oh, you're useless. Oh, you're useless. What do you say? Oh, you're useless.
Kevin Taylor, $10,000.
now you NDC full soldier no we hear duma say NDC beba NDC ma because the mama she can na call Kevin Taylor ho
na Kevin Taylor there me de me catch no say
and there Kevin Taylor
no Kevin Taylor who say don Dramani Mahama who say yan to aba wo wabusu mu kura no a who say wabusu for beto aba they will vote
Kevin Taylor ni when be I was how ye when ni video no kana content obi o sika be she obi call it say the large
he's a stupid boy be am for Kevin yeah he's mad very mad
So let's get serious about this whole issue. And me who say City FM, they were having a discussion, and I want to speak on that. And it's got to do with our the sports minister said something today, and I think it needs to start from somewhere. Africa must be recognized as a production line for sports, not just a market for athletes. We need to create opportunities here for our athletes to develop and excel. And this is coming from the sports minister. I'll say Africa, I'll say a baby, a sebio, a talent, a bus sporter, ye tuminya a talenta, sebio, a riasi in abe who say ampa. Oba ebi brimu mua sebio nyame aduma ede adum nipa ama sebio talenta wotum dia adua nipa mu no o se ewiase hu se talenta ye betumi dia eden ye betumi ede create opportunities ama de enkwara ana mbebu no a mo pese mo de mo kohye agudiem. Now when you break this down now the ba Ghana, how are we helping young talents? How are we creating role models? How are we making our sport better? All that we do is we speak grammar. It's not about Kofi Adams. I'm talking about how Africa hano yentumimpo at the end of the day make sure say in our sport, whether track and field or soccer or whatever you want to call it, football, at the end of the day yentumimpo enya den figures are my role models. All that we do is we pump people into the system 2, 3 days, 5 days, 10 years. We call them names and they drop them. We are not creating any kind of hope. The young people can look and say, I want to be like this. All that they hear is Asamoah, Tornado appear, Abediayo. They don't have any relationship with those people. Now the reason why I wanted to speak on this is simple. And now no can be a city. And I was listening to the conversation, and we take conversation because no, there's something wrong. In fact, let's listen to what happened. They were talking about astroturfs.
Whoever cooked up that astroturf idea and gave it to the NPP, I need a name.
The amount of money they spent on it and what it's doing to sports.
Bernard, it is the single most useless intervention of the past 20 years. Sporting wise, I'm telling you.
It's not leading to any sports development.
It is the single, I'm saying it. Read my lips.
Yeah.
Quote me anywhere. Godfrey Akoto-Boafo says whoever gave that idea to the NPP government and followed it through, hey, wherever you are,
and the way the Yalpa,
the person has made his money.
Is it the execution or what?
It is the single most useless sporting intervention I have ever seen in this country.
Give me 2 pieces of evidence. 2 reasons why.
Which Fadama, have you seen it?
Fadama astroturf, not in a while.
They are repairing. It hasn't been used for 1.5 years now. They put up one in Dashabantama or somewhere like that. Within 6 months, somebody saw the carpet flying through the air on a rainy day. There was one in the western region. If it rains, you can't play football. Apenkwa, if it rains, you can't play football.
So they are not doing it well, or say what?
I'm talking about the ones that they have done. Which ones again should I go to?
There's a lot too.
Wija Bawe, they did the astroturf. It is there. They are hosting it, whatever. Bernard, if you say you do astroturf, what prevents you? And I always give this example. If you want to do astroturf, Tema Sports Stadium was astroturf. For 20 years.
It was hosting.
Did you see a hole in that turf?
No.
Why?
I didn't even know Tema was astroturf until you told me.
Until it's moved by its use date.
Yeah.
Because 15-20 years is a long time.
So are you saying the current astroturfs are poor quality?
Some of the astroturfs 3 months, 4 months old.
So it's like carpet.
Yeah, it's that you see the barbers, no, they have some carpets that they have been laying. That is the one they've been laying on the thing.
So it's not proper AstroTurf for sports.
No. Nobody. The proper AstroTurfs in this country. Let me list them for you. SMAC, Juventus Academy.
Proper AstroTurf.
That is standard. If they don't tell you are standing on AstroTurf,
you think it's grass.
You think it's grass. Wafa just relayed their turf. The old Wafa one.
Soga Copper.
And this one.
Proper AstroTurf.
Haloski. Nobody will tell you that you are standing on world-class AstroTurf. The rest, everybody's using low grade.
And it will affect the players.
Oh, but we're talking about this. Knee, ankle. You are just killing people. You've reduced access because now it's 500 cedis to play. Some places you might even have to pay 600 to play for 2 hours.
How?
Which 10-year-old boy in my area? Kakudi, they've removed it. They are doing it again. They are about to do one in town council line, my area. I hope Latif Dan. I hope you are bringing a proper AstroTurf, because if you come and lay that carpet, then you are remove it. I'm telling you.
So this is a very nice conversation that we're having. No more AstroTurf wants some AstroTurf ni. And he made a statement which I think is right, that in whatever NPP board say, almost the AstroTurf is one of the most useless interventions. I agree with you to a certain point. The idea of the AstroTurf eba Ghana, no, it was conceived by somebody who basically has an idea or has knowledge about AstroTurf. Now, when those people sold the idea to the government, the NPP government, it wasn't a political idea. It was to enhance soccer pitches around the nation, around our communities. Because at a point in Ghana, there were no community pitches in Ghana. Community locals can enjoy soccer at some certain time. So at a point in our history, not Ghana, mobo enyumre. So we study na enyumre obi a mobo Ghana enyumre. About 5 you will not see anyone playing soccer. Even our national stadium and our stadiums in our Ghana Premiership crown na above 5 o'clock because the floodlights or most of the stadiums no na mobo enyumre. So the idea now some people conceived, and I can mention them here. Nipo conceived the idea of AstroTurf in Ghana to make it a community project. It was Wembley, Coleman. I remember very well when he pitched that idea to the NPP government. Say, we need a lot of communities, Omubenya Astro, at least pitches that they can also enjoy, because we know Ghana, I'm out for ball. But it do a point to be in our history. 5 o'clock in mobile be more Ghana. And we had a lot of people who wanted to, at the end of the day, have some recreational activities in their communities. You want to say, AstroTurf ne ba ebeboa. Now, this is what happened. After that idea was sold to the government to make it a national issue, or a project that will benefit Ghana nationally, the NPP turned that idea into a political idea. So what happened was the people who had the experience to build quality AstroTurfs in Ghana, almost 1, 2, 3, and stop your MPs. Now, what the MPs did was, because they were getting money from Ghana Gas, every MP started finding anybody who can do AstroTurf, because if you're able to build AstroTurf in your community, they saw it as a kind of way, Jimmy, to the point, say, the moment they see some carpet, which is green in their community, they will vote for the NPP. So you realize, sir, most of the NPP MPs, they don't care about the quality. All that they did was that, as far as able to make the carpet, sign and when the people see it near Chanwa, it is a campaign message. So you saw a lot of NPP MPs building AstroTurfs. Abra, they were picking the wrong people, wrong companies without any experience to build the AstroTurfs. So we saw the influx of AstroTurf around the latter part of Ekufuado from 2023 to 2024, because the Bawumia created a campaign. Now the Danko Kufuor the campaign. So you saw the influx of AstroTurf everywhere you go. Now you're AstroTurf. But the question here is, did we take our time to make sure, say, the AstroTurf that were being built around the nation and the MPP ni Ekufuor, were they AstroTurf a passé that standard, that quality standard? No. Now I heard him talk about AstroTurf route 222. AstroTurf no obakwana carpet ne twaira. Now in my neighborhood we have an AstroTurf. AstroTurf the lifespan actually anima I was to be changing the carpet in about 2 to 3 years. Now, majority of the astroturfs in Ghana as we speak are under NPP. Jimmy just say it could win them power. No Ghana no. On one say he used the word reduce access. Nina say right now people are not able to get access to the astroturf a lot because they say you have to pay to use. Now, do you know that when you put an astroturf together, the first thing you need to put in mind, you need to understand there should be maintenance. Now, all the astroturfs that were built in Ghana, what was the plan for the astroturfs? To sustain it. We live in the tropics. It rains, it shines, it rains, it shines. Astroturf for America, once in a while it rains, once in a while it snows, and then they are able to change it. They are able to make sure, say, astroturf, it is under continuous maintenance. Now, the question here is, all the astroturfs you were mentioning, one, the people who built, majority of the companies are NPP for Eco Renti, almost the real astroturf builders, more credibility, any license, they didn't use the right quality to build the astroturfs. Secondly, we did not have anything called a maintenance plan. There was no maintenance. Right now, every community, astroturf, there's more pressure on the astroturf than anything else. Ubami area higher, your astroturf you will not see anybody come to do party on the astroturf. Your Ghana, your astroturfs who are Kaukudi, Fadama, area Enyumbre, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Utmu car, truck. Now Bejina astroturf no so eden eyin konya. This is the same astroturf. Monday yebo game also. Tuesday yebo game also. Wednesday yebo game also. Thursday yebo game also. Friday yebo game. Saturday yebo wedding. Yebo weddings too. Sunday, this is one astroturf in the community that is taking all this pressure. Into a day carpet ben kwana ebetime taking this pressure, it will not at the end of the day become deformed. Now you were talking about some astroturfs in Ghana you can point to. You spoke about astroturfs be 20 years. The Wafa and all the astroturfs you're talking about, look at the maintenance level. Look at the maintenance level at Ekom. Now, all these astroturf, you are trying to rubbish every astroturf builder in Ghana. Say every astroturf is shut. The question here is who was maintaining the astroturf? Who was in charge of the astroturf? Because the facilities in Ghana, you have to understand. Say who built the astroturf this year? Now the community is using astroturf every 10 days, every 10 minutes. Monday we are playing soccer. Tuesday we are playing soccer. Wednesday soccer. Thursday sorry for Abba. Friday sorry for Abba. Sunday, Saturday engagement menu. Sunday Thanksgiving service. The same astroturf. There's pressure on it. So you are not supposed to blame. One, I admit that the kind of astroturf are NPP for astroturf air builders are NPP for the Begu system. Most of them did not do the job. At least I can vouch for Wembley. I can vouch for Komamo and some part of some people who did good astroturfs. But there were so many people who were building astroturf in Ghana, NPP for MPs more build. They didn't even have an idea of what they are building. Most of the astroturfs they built. Can you tell me, say, Diana yetumi eyi carpet no edi carpet for fraseso. AstroTurf watch out 2 years, minimum 6 to 7 months. You need to treat the carpet again because as you have put materials and send the carpet ni guso. So when you sit at the radio station and run down the hard work of people who built AstroTurf, obviously the NPP is stupid. They did not think through it. They were just using it to do politics. They thought to say, when you put red carpet on the floor, they will vote for you. So that one, I agree with you. But you don't have to look at the thing in a very small window. It is a bigger picture. We are talking about AstroTurf's 7 communities. Saturday, AstroTurf. So you know the weight that AstroTurf is supposed to take. Obi to be the car, but not obey you. Na car na tie no action the material no ana action carpet no sa car no 6 months. Do you know what will happen to the AstroTurf? So sometimes before we come and sit on TV and on radio to discuss these kind of issues, we need to have a broader perspective of the matter. So for mentioning say 15 years, 20 years, they still have AstroTurf intact. No? They have the maintenance culture intact. They are able to monitor it. They are able to check the facility. There's no pressure on the facility. If you want a world-class AstroTurf, so a world-class AstroTurf will be built for you. And it's now called Banabao. They have a pitch there that when you come to Accra Sports Stadium, it is not the same because you need to spend money to get one of the best hybrid grasses to build at the Banabao. If you want quality grass, if you want quality AstroTurf, you need to spend. But then when people go to China and go buy carpet, and a political party is in power, Nana Adjini say he's going to throw away AstroTurf because it will win them power. Then we need to look at the problem from where it started. And I agree with you. You say it's the NPP for Jimmy. The worst social intervention Abagana AstroTurf and the NPP. It is true, but we cannot lump every single AstroTurf maker or AstroTurf together. There are AstroTurfs who come here from 2019 the maintenance is there. People are taking care of it. There isn't much pressure on it. I have an AstroTurf in my neighborhood. Every 6 months they change it, they come, they repair, they change the sand or whatever is in it. That is how you treat it. But the question here is, who is treating what? And we allow politics to destroy this nation. They created the idea, say, so MPs biya kofa kwasi ampenyi bi obeju bebia na the capital begu say ya AstroTurf no more the campaign. Now let's come back to the basics. The question here is, who is in charge of maintaining the AstroTurf in the nation? And it brings me to the NSA, the National Sports Authority. Do you know, say, every single the sporting facility is supposed to be managed by the NSA, the National Sports Authority. They are the ones who are supposed to manage every single sporting facility in this country, at least the public ones. Do you know? But the question here is, the NSA, what is their role now? As I speak to you right now, Ken Oforiatta, the nephew, our friend Kelvin Oforiatta, he was given a contract in 2023 to renovate Esipon, to renovate Accra Sports Stadium, to renovate Kumasi Sports Stadium. What work has he done there? Inti na nadu dan kweku fo de mon kwasiafo ne de AstroTurf ba no senka ya ban na ya e na Ghana gas ka na ya. We were supposed to put all the AstroTurfs under the management of the NSA. Now the question here is, NSA is understaffed as we speak. So many people don't even know the work of NSA. From 2008 and J.A. Kufuor and Abain edge the power of managing sports facilities in the country. Every NSA in sim ever seen there. That is why our sporting facilities have all deteriorated. Boteman is supposed to be under the management of NSA. But after you did the All African Games, the Legon Sports Stadium is supposed to be under the management of NSA. But who is managing it? After they finished, they handed it over to the university. Can they manage the stadium? No. The NSA is understaffed. The NSA is in debt. How can we manage all these sporting facilities in the nation? So we need to get some things right. If we say we are resetting, and I'm telling the sports minister, this is the time you need to look at all these loopholes, call the necessary players, sit with them. We need to put every single sports facility there under the management of the NSA. We should make the NSA independent. We should resource it. Because cutting grass, maintaining stadium chairs, maintaining facilities, it is about money. So we need to be able to resource the NSA for the NSA to be independent to get enough people to do the job. But this is the situation where the sports ministry does not understand this. We are talking about the president, the government does not understand this. Every day we are making the same mistakes. We need to take care of our stadiums. We can't. Whose responsibility it is? The sports ministry is not taking responsibility. The government is not taking responsibility. The National Sports Authority that is supposed to do that, we have taken a lot from them. They don't have people to work with. They are understaffed. They are in debt. They are not given the room to operate. So why are we here making noise? So when we talk about resetting, we should know what we are doing. And I respect the president so much. I want the president to call the sports minister and instruct that all sporting facilities are supposed to be under NSA. It should be their job. Sankasa, AstroTurf, Sayan or Ghana Henano, Yadinina share NSA and your resources NSA say every region. Get this number of people. Make sure you maintain every pitch, every stadium, every AstroTurf. We will not have this problem. Right now, we have all these facilities. They are not being managed. They are not being kept. Nobody is taking care of anything. And everything keeps going bad. BBI say, what is the responsibility of the NSA? And I'm asking the sports ministry and the government, how much money has been allocated to the NSA? How much money? How many people work at the NSA? Nationwide, how many people work there? We don't look at the real issues. People are supposed to be managing this. NSA Juman is saying the National Sports Authority is supposed to be independent. They should work with the sports ministry, but they should be resourced enough. They should be given equipment. They should be funded. That is what they need. Because we should be able to create a water system in our stadium. You need money. You need an agency, because if everything becomes government, if everything stays up there, then at the end of the day, nobody does anything. So if the sports minister is listening to me, this is the time they need to sit with the finance minister, sit with the president, sit with the NSA and say, we want to give you a responsibility. Your sole responsibility is to make sure every single stadium in this country is looking good. Every single state facilities, AstroTurf is looking good. Then we all know who to blame when the stadiums are not doing well. Ken Oforiata's nephew, Kelvin Oforiata, he's supposed to renovate Kumasi Sports Stadium. He's supposed to renovate Accra Sports Stadium. He's supposed to renovate Esipon. Money has been paid to Kelvin Oforiata. As we speak here, that guy is nowhere to be found. So are you going to blame the NSA? Are you going to blame the sports ministry? We need to sit down and ask questions. We keep pushing problems away, but we keep meeting the problems. The problems we meet every day, we try to cover them up. At the end of the day, they blow up in our faces. So let's stop this blame game, going back and forth and making it look like this is a huge problem. The solution is simple. Let's call the NSA. How many workers do you have? How many workers do you need around the nation? How much money do you think you need? How can you make sure all the state sporting facilities are in good condition? We are going to hand this over to you. You will be audited. Make sure that is what we do. But the reason for NSA and NSA is just working. The last time I checked, there were some people at Accra Sports Stadium doing what? Demonstration, because they are like 13 or 20 people. We have been sacked from NSA. NSA does not have money. The National Sports Authority has no money. And the sports minister needs to know that. The president needs to know that. The government, if you are resetting, then we need to see some real resetting in the sports area or in the sports sector. We are not seeing anything. We want the government to take initiative when it comes to soccer especially. The Kelvin Oforiata, who is the nephew of Ken Oforiata, I'm giving this assignment to the sports minister. Call the guy. Why haven't they renovated all these stadiums? He took money. If you want me to show you documents tomorrow, I can come show you documents. What is going on in this country? So it's about time we put the NSA to work. The NSA is understaffed. The NSA is struggling. There's no fund. There are no funds. The NSA does not have equipment. Yet we Accra Sports Stadium pitch. So we are at this point, we are not supposed to hire a company to be working on the pitch of Accra Sports Stadium. We are not supposed to hire a company to be working on our stadium, the pitches. No, the NSA should be able to do that. They need to employ people permanently who take care of our grass. What kind of comedy is this? The president is working, this government is working. These are things that are very important because soccer, sport is dear to Ghanaians. We need to make sure these things are done. We cannot always be sitting and blaming people. Anytime we started from the top, we need to get some things right. These AstroTurf wants to be manager. I don't think these things will happen because there will be a project manager. There will be a manager at every particular sector or whatever or region to be managing all these things, to making sure say we are doing what? We are renovating. We are making sure the pitches are in good condition. But we don't have anybody monitoring anything. As I speak today, their influence the NSA or Ghana Sport Team. What influence? What influence does the NSA have? What is the over America? You're an agency that takes care of state sporting facilities. What is happening in Ghana? Nobody knows what the NSA does. They don't have money, and I don't blame them. Nobody's giving them money. You have taken all the powers from them, and the sports ministry has taken over everything by doing nothing. So make sure the NSA is resourced. We need a whole reform to change the NSA. They need to be independent. We need to audit them. Give them enough money to manage our sporting facilities. What kind of leadership is this? Oh, man. Guys, get serious.
Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor.
Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor.
Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor, where anybody say Obiana? Where anybody say Obi?
Kevin Taylor. For you to mention Kevin Taylor, it's clearly so to say you have failed in attempt to spoil the mind of Ghanaians.
The president cannot cultivate multiple Kevin Taylors.
Kevin Taylor was insulting him.
The same government that birthed the dreaded Kevin Taylor, who has slaughtered every person in this country on the altar of his show,
Kevin Taylor nini twasere. Oh. Kevin Taylor. Omawo. Kevin Taylor, money ke wom. Kevin Taylor, wani apia so. Papa me say, I'm say, the same man they chose so.
Nadia Kevin Taylor here nti ndisi fo hu ye.
Kevin Taylor, ne ye kano ye kama wati.
The day the said Kevin Taylor expires from the surface of the earth. So it's there until he asks for the period that Kevin Taylor is alive. This arrest warrant exists.
This boy Kevin Taylor is there to attack the present government and to make Mama look good. Intidano Sudie or your role model. Kevin Taylor, me say all Casadiama John Damani Mahamano. On Tikrum how? Or to America.
Per se, me who Kevin Taylor, ma'am. Me say, ya une wo mi muno be boni dua.
And you are Kevin Taylor.
Me say, oh, Nason, you useless. And I've always said, oh, you're useless. Oh, you're useless. What do you say? Oh, you're useless.
Kevin Taylor, $10,000. Now you're NDC full soldier. No, yeah, Puma, say NDC Beba, NDC Ma, because the mama she can I call Kevin Taylor.
Na Kevin Taylor dear me de meka cha ne se
na dear Kevin Taylor.
No, Kevin Taylor, who you say John Dramani Mahama, who say you to about wabusu mu kura no a, what you say wabusu for to aban. They will vote